What is up, brother?
Hey, what is going on?
Oh boy, I gotta
Outside the studio again this week. We are.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's a little different. I always got to figure out my camera situation. Though that's my problem.
You were off there in no man's land.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm at now. Here we are.
Hold on.
I don't know what I'm
This
doing.
might take you off for a second, but let's see. I'm trying out this new scenes thing that StreamYard has. But I
Oh
think
God, they have way too much stuff.
You're not in. But hold on, it should
no.
show all of our stuff. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now you're back.
Hey, scenes. I'm in a scene now.
Yes.
I tell you, man, I don't know. Oh, I'm trying to fix my camera here. There we go. So how's it going, my brother?
Oh, it is going. We are
Good,
back
good
in
to see
back
you.
in business. Yes, you as well.
Yes, man. Philly's made some moves today.
Yeah, not the
somehow-
move that I was hoping on, but
Somehow they kept Romano, but hey, what do you know?
I guess I don't know if it's like the NFL, but if they're hurt, I don't think you can waive them or trade them or anything. You got to wait.
Yeah, I
they
don't
get
know
better.
about all that.
So I don't know. Who knows? But we will
But
see.
anyway, welcome. Yeah, let's welcome everyone to the Absolute Vodka live at the Landis podcast. Absolute Vodka. Yeah. Every Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 8 or 9 p.m. actually, 7 to 9. And we usually we're coming live, of course, from the Landis Theater, but now we're coming from offices and gyms and homes and space and everywhere. But we will be back in there soon. Eventually, we got to get our asses back. Yes, the show has been on the road for the summer, so it's But you know what's funny is we got a couple things to get into this weekend. We were dark last week, as always. In the summer, when it gets towards the end of the summer, it's one of those. Was that? Yes, if that's a panther running by my window. That is not a panther, but that would be kind of cool if it was, wouldn't it? But yeah, we were done. The end of the summer is usually like this, when you're getting into Labor Day and everything. It's slow. A lot of people on vacations. It's tough to sell tickets, so we kind of slow down. But starting in September, we go back to our double show weekends, and everything starts really kicking high gear. We got a really great band coming this week. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I would like to say we have. Where is it at? Hold on. Wait, I got to get it. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Here he goes, off into the nether.
No, look.
Hey, there you go.
I've got a new hat, man.
Yes.
You didn't get one, but we'll have to ask if we can get you one of these because I know Steve and I are hat kind of guys, man.
Definitely a hat.
We have a new sponsor to add to Absolute Vodka. Of course, let's mention Michael Kelly Guitars, the michaelkellyguitars.com for all your wonderful Michael Kelly needs. We will really give them a nice plug in a little bit, but So it's a long story, everybody knows that I got a military background, things I've been through and stuff. And I was, trying some different things and I came across a product that was really cool. And the man who actually, brought the product to market and is behind it, a fellow named James, could not be a better businessman and a nicer guy. And we talked and we discussed things and he's coming on as a sponsor. Not only as a sponsor, we're going to, bring him on so everybody can meet him tonight real quick, but kind of give us a little idea of what Calm is, understand Calm. And he has sent over some of the product that we can give away to our watchers and, listeners too. And I guess we'll talk about that. I think maybe one of the ways is have people, maybe in the comments say, hey, I would like to try it. And then maybe send us a little something. Via an email or a DM or something and explain their situation if they don't want to put it in the comments, and we will pick somebody to send one to for the next several weeks. We have quite a few he sent over, and I would definitely like to get the product out there. But I know we have him on, do we not?
Yes, we do.
I know. Yes. So if you want to play the little commercial, and then why don't we bring James on and discuss this new product?
Absolutely. Here we go.
This episode is sponsored by Calm. If anxiety and meds have been running your life, there's finally another way. Calm is the first of its kind herbal supplement designed to help you feel calm, clear, and in control without the nasty side effects. With a 4.9 star rating and 10,000 anxiety battles won, Calm is made by a founder living with anxiety disorder, made for others still looking for a natural solution. Try it risk-free. Feel the calm or get your money back. Go to feelcalm.com and use code Landis for 25% off your first order.
James,
Hello.
welcome. How are you, my friend? Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Ray. Nice to meet you, Steve.
Yes, absolutely. Nice to meet you.
Absolutely. Now, James, real quick, let's give you and I we had a little podcast we talked, and I see your crutches back there. You just went through some knee surgery. I guess you're still on crutches, huh?
I'm trying to be off of the crutches, but then some days it just hurts a lot. So just trying to get my weight back on it and slowly rebuild my knee. But it's only been 6 days, so I know it's going to take some time.
It happened. Yeah, you got that recovery period. Well, why don't you real quick just give us a little tell our viewers, what Calm is, where you came up with it and why you came up with it.
Yeah, of course. So just like the video said, I'm just a guy who's had anxiety disorder and depression since like I was a very young kid. And for those of you who have struggled with mental health, I know you go through the first 10 pages of Amazon just trying to find something that works, and I'm the same way. And along my journey, I've tried like hundreds of supplements. I've been through the meds, and I've even tried to take my own life twice. And after kind of not finding something that works for me, not saying that the other products don't work, but they just personally didn't work for me, I ended up just creating my own. And so Calm is a herbal supplement made from hemp. And fun fact, we're actually the first and only company to figure out how to make hemp into an herbal supplement. And it honestly just worked for me. So we just kind of tested it out with a few of my friends who also struggle with mental health. It worked for them. And we just slowly kind of build ourselves up to where we are today.
Excellent. So I've tried it. I'm using it. I use it on the daily. I have my little box of it right here. I think it's really cool because it comes in a really awesome container. It's got it just like I think we spoke of before. I like the fact that I feel like packaging is very important because it shows that somebody cares. Got this little cool magnetic thing here. When it comes literally. It came with my name in it here. Like, oh, there it is right there. I'm ass backwards here, but it came with my name in it. It's got the little scoop, of course, in there, and then of course your little thing of Calm down in a nice little. If you people can see, I'm in a weird position here, but it's a great product, and I can attest that it works because I've tried other things, with battling PTSD and some things that I have, and now Steve also is a ADD kind of guy, and he also has anxiety, and I gave Steve one of the boxes, and Steve's been trying it, so I'd love to hear what Steve has to say about it.
I'm 3 days in on it. So definitely the first couple of days, feeling something here. I know it takes about like 2 weeks to really kick in. So I'm in kind of just holding back and seeing where it goes, but excited to see where it takes me on it.
And it's funny because I think we live in a world now with a lot of people, deal with anxiety. It's just what the planet is anymore. We're on a planet full of anxiety, and it's something that's, again, that you're not taking. I go to the VA and they'll throw pills at me all day long, but they don't really give you any other options that aren't pills. And I'm not a pill guy. I really don't like taking a lot of pills. I found this, like you said, it's a scoop on your tongue. You swish it around in your mouth, and you swallow it. Does it taste like you're eating chocolate covered strawberries? No, but it's not that bad. It's not bad. A lot of people.
Think it tasted like much of anything, so it was very easy to get down. To be honest, I've tried a lot of things, for a lot of different stuff, and some of them, man, you take that like at the second it hits your mouth, you're like, I can never take it again.
Oh
but
yeah.
It's been pleasant. It's been easy to get down. So.
And now, James, for people that can't handle it, you recommend like maybe mixing it with yogurts and things of that nature, possibly?
Yeah, so dropping it on the tongue and chasing them with some water, we find that it usually works for like 99% of the people. Like we have our youngest customer is 8 years old, our oldest is in the 80s. So I know it works on both sides. But
Good.
there's I know there's like that 1 out of 100 sometimes. It's just the taste is just a no-go. And if that's the case, we I recommend getting like a little scoop of ice cream on the spoon and just dropping it on the ice cream and then putting a little bit more ice cream on top. So you're making like a little ice cream sandwich on the spoon and then just taking
Ah.
it. And then now the ice cream should completely mask the taste. And if you can't have ice cream, like frozen yogurt, I've heard about good things about frozen yogurt, something about whipping cream or anything just kind of creamy and a little bit thicker.
Well, when I get 80, I'll put it in my tapioca pudding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm supposed to be eating that by 80. I think we all do at some point. Say, yeah, give me the tapioca pudding or the rice pudding. Yeah, that.
You go from tapioca to chocolate to tapioca. You know?
Exactly, exactly. But again, I think it's a wonderful product, James. We're very happy to have you on board with our other sponsors. I think it's going to be something that a lot of our viewers throughout the week and people that we know personally that watch the show can try and see how they feel. And what I'd like to do is, like I said, we have a couple boxes here. If the viewers throughout the week, we get a lot more viewers as the week goes on. Like after the show airs, we get a lot more. We go live and we love live and we have live viewers every week, but we end up getting hundreds and into the thousands as the week goes on. So we'll hold it until next Tuesday. And anybody who comes on, just leave us a message, DM us, let us know why you'd like to try Calm. Understand a little bit more about it. It's Feel Calm, and it's KALM. There you go, feelcalm.com. And if you use promo code the Landis, you'll get 25% off. But again, we're willing to, for one viewer each week for the next several weeks, we're going to give a box away. And we'll send it out to you. Or if you're somebody's coming to shows, we'll hold it for you at the show. And we also have a little pamphlets that you gave us, as well as some stickers and everything. And I think that's really, you know what? I want to grab one more thing. Steve, if you want to ask any questions, I want to show one more thing.
What I guess the biggest thing is what led you out of everything that's in the world, what actually led you to hemp itself?
So the funny thing is when my old business partner and I was creating a product, it originally wasn't for mental health. It was for pain. And then everyone has heard about like CBD working for pain, things like that. But then CBD never really worked for us. And I realized if we extracted potassium from an avocado and made a potassium gummy out of it, would it be the same thing as eating an avocado? And I'm like, no, it's not, because an avocado also has hundreds of these tiny phytochemicals, and some of those phytochemicals actually have cancer fighting properties. So it's like, it's not, when you go through this extraction process, it's not the same thing as the original product. So we wanted to find a way to deliver hemp in its most natural form. And since there was no other company doing so, we found out the hard way exactly why. It's actually really difficult. So we do all the manufacturing in-house. It's actually me and a few part-timers that actually create the product from scratch. But imagine us looking at a industrial oven for several hours, and at 217 seconds we adjust the temperature by 2.6 degrees. At 318 seconds we bring it down by 1.7 degrees, and we do this for hours.
Wow.
Just figuring out that process itself took my entire retirement savings and yeah, and many years of just trial and error. And there was 4 years of just research before we even went out into the market. So just trying to figure things out.
Yeah, I see. You got to get yourself on. I don't even know if they still do Shark Tank, but this is a Shark Tank thing. We got somebody, Joe Morrison, was asking if you use this, is there, I guess he's saying, any side effects of other medications that you might be on?
Great question. So I would say more than 50%, maybe close to 60% of our customers come from anti-anxiety meds and antidepressants. In fact, one of my longest customers is a U.S. Army family physician who's on max dose SSRIs, who takes Calm on top top of his antidepressants without any problems. Now, I can't tell you for sure because I don't know your medical history, right? So I always recommend just double checking with your doctor because your doctor knows your body best, and just go like,
Yeah.
hey, I saw this new cool supplement online. Do you think there will be any problems? Most doctors are pretty cool with it, but then yeah, it's just because I don't know your medical history.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. Like I said, it's not.
Mhm.
It's all natural. It's not like you. It's basically it's hemp. It's an herb. It's not like
Yeah.
you're mixing any chemicals with it or anything else with it. It's just straight up one thing. But you've found a way to process it where you get a little bit out of it that you wouldn't get out of it if you just sat there like chewing a leaf or something. You know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And the only way before was like it was to like kind of like smoke it, but then when you smoke it, the reason why hemp is so delicate is because there's half of the components inside the plant that require heat for it to become bioavailable to the human body, and half of the components get burned off with heat. That's why there's that temperature adjustment we do throughout the hours. Now, when you smoke it, you might be getting some of the components, but you'll be burning off like 80% of it. Now, with
Mm.
when we go through our heating process, we're able to maintain like close to 90%, and there's always room for improvement. So we're not at the 100 yet. So I feel like I have some tricks to make the product even better, but I just don't have the fancy equipment for it. We're still a small company. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, like I said, hopefully with people like us on board, we can help you, push it and help, get that product out there to a little more than the people you have. And I've watched some of the videos online that you've done, some interviews with people, and I think it's a fantastic product. It definitely, you have a wide array of people that are using it, like you said, from 8 to 80. So it's a good test market. And again, for somebody who myself, suffers from PTSD, TBI, and a couple other military type things, and life things too. It's not just I can't blame everything on the military. Things come from childhood and move forward too. But as you move forward in life and you try to find ways to better yourself, especially when you get a little older. You want to make sure you're doing what's right for your body and not destroying your liver, with all kinds of chemicals and things that you're putting in your body, and God knows what else you're doing inside. Because a lot of these medications they give you are, and you don't feel like a zombie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things. And like I said, I don't understand. I had a PTS spell probably 4 or 5 years ago that was kind of bad. This last, as Steve can attest, the last like 6 months, maybe a little longer, since a friend of mine who committed suicide passed away, got a little worse. You just get anxiety. You start thinking, your brain starts going one way, you're trying to go another way. And I've always been a very strong individual. I went through hell in the military. I went through a lot of crazy training, and I never thought, nothing. But I guess as you get older, you start fearing death, and you start fearing, what's going to happen to your body. I sit here, I happen to be in good health. I box now. I work out daily. I row. I do all these things. Bang, getting the muscles going. And I want to be that cut up 80-year-old guy when I get there with that rice pudding. But you still, in your mind, you're like, you see people on TV. Oh my God, this guy just died. He's 54 years old. Or this, you keep seeing, especially me. I'm with the high school in the 80s. I'm seeing a lot of these Ozzy Osbourne. A lot of these guys are just dying left and right. And you think, man, can I do something better for myself and not take, a lot of these medications and stuff? So I think this is, for me, is a product that I'm glad you made. I'm glad we have you on board, and I can attest that it's been this is my second go through, and now, just so you know, I'm trying something different that you had sent me to help with my Lyme disease to see how that works. And I got to say, it's only been a couple of days, so I will definitely let you know, James, how that goes. But so I've been on a little over a month now, I guess, and I definitely feel. Steve can attest. We had a meeting last week or whatever, and prior to going into it, I was getting sweaty palms. I have no reason to get sweaty palms. It's not like some meeting that's going to change my life in any way. We're just going to discuss stupid stuff. But I just and I'm in the room, and it's like I feel boxed in, and I had taken the Calm, maybe about 15 minutes before. And Steve can tell you, as the meeting started and things went on, I was just back to my normal self again. I was feeling good again. I was feeling comfortable, and it really does work. It's to me, it's quite amazing. And I think you're definitely on this. I can't wait to get to 100%, man.
Yeah, 100%. And also, like, the taste, I know you guys mentioned that it's not that big of a deal, but if I can somehow make it taste better, I think that would be like another a few steps down the line, because
Yeah, but you don't want to lose the potency in the
exactly.
because sometimes we have a health food store not far from here. Me and my ex-girlfriend used to go there a lot, and they had some really crap in there, like stuff that you look at like I don't think I could, but it's health food. Everyone knows anything good for you is probably not going to be great. And I don't think it's that bad. Steve doesn't think it's that bad either. It's it's like it's like if you put, I'm trying to think, I don't want to say dirt, you know what I mean, but like if you put something like I don't know, like a spoon of spice, like maybe cinnamon or something, and you swish it around, you can feel the particles in the water. That's all it is to me, and it has that herbal smell to it. It's not bad. I mean, I thought about maybe I put it on pizza or something.
It's not a bad idea. It's worth a shot, since like things have kicked in. I always tell our customers, go and play around with things and come back to me with data. So this is where I feel like the ice cream worked. Someone told me applesauce worked for them, protein shakes and things like that. So I'm like, I'm just collecting as much data as I can and sharing it with everyone else. So
I like the scoop like you do, because again, even with a protein shake, I personally feel, I've got a scoop of it, and I want every bit of that scoop. I don't want to leave residue behind in a container or whatever I've eaten from, or on my spoon or whatever. I want it all, because I think it's a wonderful product. I think you're a great human being. I love just a friendship we have started here, and I'm happy for that. And like I said, we are here for you 100%. Again, so everyone out there knows, it's Calm, KALM. It literally calls itself a mind hack. It's a premium herbal supplement for calming the mind. It helps with your mood, euphoria, mental balance, focus, emotional regulation. It really works. If you use the promo code The Landis, go to Feel Calm, KALM.com. Use promo code The Landis. You'll get 25% off your first order. Or again, we have some here that we're ready to give away. So if you're somebody, you want to leave something in the comments, or you want to DM us on any of our platforms and let us know why you want to try Calm, we'll gladly either send you a box, or if you're coming to a show at the Landis, we'll have it prepared for you. Again, we have brochures and stickers and everything that you gave us. And then maybe we'll have you come on in a week or so again, maybe bring James back on with somebody, and let's talk about it and let's see how it worked, and let's really push this product, because I think it's a wonderful product, James.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I feel like we never went into like what it does. So like for those of you guys listening, it's one simple thing. It helps calm the mind. That's I'm not selling a magical miracle cure that's gonna wash away all the problems, but it just helps calm the mind. And like anxiety and stress and stuff like that, life is still gonna happen, but then you're able to go back to your normal state a little bit more quicker. So it's like, rather than dwelling upon that anxious thought for the rest of the day, you can kind of come back to your quote unquote normal and continue with your day.
Exactly. This is the thing I went to grab too. I thought this was kind of cool. So every time you get one, you get a little sticker. So I'm technically, I guess, on my third one there now, but you get a little sticker and you fill it out like you do, and you get a free box. You know what I mean? You get a free box from us. Try it. If you're the person we choose, then go on, use, of course, the promo code The Landis. Get your first box 25% off. Start collecting those stickers and get that free. What is it? Every 10, I guess it is.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
every 9. Yeah. So it's every 10. The first one's free. So every 9 boxes, you end up getting a free box. I like it, James. I think you're doing a wonderful job. Like you said, it definitely is. It helps with the mood. It helps with anxiety, and that's just today, man. I'm somebody who I never really had anxiety. I was in, battlefields, and I never, I just, I didn't want to die, so I don't think I had time for anxiety. But like I said, me, as I'm getting older, again, and people dying and people, losing people around me and stuff, you start to think, and it builds anxiety and stuff. And I think this is a great product without having to get that, zombie feel that you would get taking something from your doctor. So
Thank you, Ray.
absolutely. James, well, thank you for coming on to the Absolute Vodka Live with Landis podcast. Our newest sponsor, James, is the mind behind Calm. And I look forward to talking to you again, my friend. It is Calm, Kalm, our new sponsor, one of our new sponsors here at the Live at the Landis each Tuesday from 7 to 9. It's feelcalm.com, promo code the Landis for 25% off your first order. Look, thank you again, James. You have a wonderful night, and we're going to move on with the show, baby.
My pleasure. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Steve. I'll see you guys next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't forget to get Steve needs a Calm hat. You got to send him a hat.
I'll
Yes.
send you a hat.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
James, have a wonderful night, my friend.
You too.
Take care.
Take care. And of course, thank you to our main sponsor, which is Absolute Vodka, and of course, Michael Kelly Guitars. And to add to that, we now have Calm. That's our three major sponsors here at Live at the Landis. And I implore anyone, if you like to drink, you come out to a show, of course, have some Absolute Vodka. If you're looking for that instrument that you want to give your kids, you got Michael Kelly Guitars. And now, if you're just looking for something to help with anxiety and stuff like that, we have Calm on board. And I really hope it's something that we can get people using and understanding and trying. And we'll talk more about it as the weeks go on, every time we do a little advert for it. So it's great.
Hell yes, brother. Yes.
Heck
I
yeah,
like
man.
the little dosage size of that, It's not a whole some of these things that you get, it's like this giant scoop. And you think like,
No, it's just,
how
I
the hell
have
am I
it here. It's this. I don't know if it looks big on screen. Look how big it is. No, but it's actually just this tiny little. It's a tiny little
thing you have
scoop.
to put it right
Yep.
on your tongue.
Yep,
It's super easy to do. Some of the the protein powders and stuff like that, dude. The scoop is like a cup, and you're like,
Yeah.
how the hell do you get this to dissolve?
Oh, true.
And you're
Yeah.
like, it never works, So I think
Yep.
they've definitely nailed it where you don't need to be taking, some gigantic glass of it or whatever it may be. It takes 10 seconds at the beginning of every morning.
I will tell you one secret that I found out. So doing the boxing and kickboxing and stuff, I'm in a different world with different people. And I trying to, you're trying to work on a decent diet and stuff. And I found out instead of drinking the protein, the guy told me, this guy PJ said, "Yo, man," he goes, you can make ice cream out of it, right? I'm like, wait, what? Yeah. He said, because I'm like, dude, I can't have ice cream. I don't eat anything good anymore. He goes, dude, you can make, and it's not so bad.
Yeah.
So
I've seen,
it's
ice cream. They sell those protein pancakes too.
Well, it's literally just it's nothing but ice in the blender with the protein powder and a little bit of almond milk, and it literally tastes like chocolate ice cream. I was like, whoa, I can have ice cream now.
So, that's how I used to do back in the day. That's how you make a shake. I didn't know that when I first started that you weren't literally supposed to make like basically a fucking milkshake out of these things. And I would just make a milkshake before going to the gym every time or coming home from the gym. It's like that only lasted so long,
I'm gaining weight. I don't understand.
Milk in that. You're like, yeah, my stomach is sick. This isn't good.
No, that's true. But again, welcome our new sponsor. We appreciate it. And like I said, James is a wonderful person. He's a great guy. Again, you want to feel calm. You need some help, with some mindfulness, your mood, mental balance, focus, emotional regulation. It's a great product. It's all natural. It's a hemp-based product, and it definitely works. I've been using it now for a little over a month, and I can tell you it's a great product. So excellent.
Kick in even harder. It's been it's been a nice.
Joe Morrison was asking if Michael Kelly makes youth guitars. Joe, I would implore you to go to michaelkellyguitars.com and find out. I know. I'm pretty sure. I know they make mandolins. That's kind of, your granddaughter could definitely hold that. Give her a little mandolin or whatever. But yeah. Mandy, you should be the first person asking us if you can try it. Bless your heart.
Oh man.
Yes. But look, we got a really good show coming up this week that I'm excited about. Yes. That's for sure. For those of us out there that love the music and love the Landis Theater and everything we're about, you have a card for it. It's a Bon Jovi experience by the band is called. It's a tribute to Bon Jovi. Never Say Goodbye with a Simply the Best which is a tribute to women. That's female rock. And now this is something, Steve, I've said, I don't even know. I've said to countless people on our show, guys doing bands and other people, that why is there no one out there doing just a tribute to women doing rock music? You know what I mean? Because we haven't seen it. And then this came across my desk, and I was like, oh, let's do it. And then we decided, we went back and forth on emails, and we decided, let's make it a 2-band show and have them open up, because they're getting a start. And I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good show. And, everybody loves John. Everybody loves Bon Jovi. He's a New Jersey legend. But I'm honestly excited about the Women of Rock thing. I think that's what I'm most excited about. So it's going to be a good show.
Luckily for you, we have Dana, the woman behind it, and Fred as well from that.
Oh, excellent. Do we have a video of them at all or anything?
Of course. Yeah. I have that.
Yeah.
I sent you the other day.
Oh yeah. That was great. Yes.
Lean more into the Bon Jovi side of it, but we'll go with that. And then we'll bring them in, Dana and Fred, we'll bring you in right coming out of this. So here we go.
Excellent. Yes. Hello. How are you guys doing down there? Oh, you got an Eagles hat on. You're right. You're in the right place, man.
Go Birds.
Hell yeah. We can't wait. Season, was it next week, right? Or next Thursday or Thursday after? Yeah. I can't wait, man. It's going to be good. We got the Phillies on right now. Nothing. So, yeah, looking good. They got their ass whooped by the Mets last night. So
After getting embarrassed, yeah.
Yeah, they got embarrassed by the Mets last night. That's for sure. Yeah, it's true. So how are you guys doing? It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Well, hopefully we'll get to meet you in person on Friday if you're there.
You will, because Steve and I'm a hands-on owner. So we all work in the booth together. So, between video, lighting, and audio and stuff, we kind of do it all. You get the best of the best here. So,
awesome.
And let me tell you, it's a good place for you to set up a camera in the back or whatever and get some good footage, so you can make a good promo too. Yeah, because you're playing at a pretty crazy venue. I don't know if you've seen anything online that we do, but we're like a mini sphere. We surround you with video and lights, and we just got a brand new smoke machine that's all water based, so it doesn't bother musicians or anything, and it really pumps, so it looks cool. It's a really awesome oh, thank you, the Claire crew down there. Lighting is top notch. Thank you guys, man. We appreciate it. We get a lot of people that come out to, we have people, guys, just so you know, that literally come to every single show regardless of what it is, regardless. Thank you guys so much. And they're like loyal fans of the theater itself. And then we get a lot of new people that come out. And I think what you're doing, I don't know if you heard prior to coming on, but it's something I've been saying to a lot of female singers for a long time. If you go back from the 70s through the 80s, I'm a big fan of Janis Joplin, starting it off, but you have so many female singers, especially through the 80s, from Deborah Harry and oh my God, I can't even think about it. There was just so many at the time. You got I can think of the name of the songs. Steve does.
This is your jam.
Usually I'm good at it. It's usually well, no. Then you got Pat Benatar. You got I Love Rock and Roll. What the hell was her name? Joan Jett. You got literally there were so many, but you don't see the rock girls anymore like you used to. You got a couple bands out there, but it's not like it was in the 80s. And right. even the pop music, you had a lot of great pop heroes that were female voices.
I love Kate Bush.
Yeah, well, dude, there's just so many great. Go back to Alanis Morissette too. You have a lot that came out of that 80s, 90s into it, but then it kind of stopped. Music kind of stopped, to be honest with you, and it became like this, poppy, stuff going on, and God knows what was happening. That happened in the 70s with disco, so we just got to get past it. You know, maybe now that
Yeah,
Taylor
is this the
Swift is
disco
getting
era? Oh no.
Taylor Swift is getting married, maybe she'll stop making music, and you know, we can brainwash the
Oh, I
kids with
mean,
some
I guess
rock and
there won't be
roll.
any more breakup songs on that one. And if not, it'll
Yeah.
be the
Oh
album.
God.
I'll tell you what.
I'm saying it's going to be the worst music ever now. So,
Divorce album is gonna go crazy.
but let me ask you, Dana. So, who do you cover? Like, who are some of the artists that you actually covered during your set?
So we definitely are, as much as I love Alanis Morissette, Melissa Etheridge, they're idols of mine, but we definitely are catering towards the 80s female rock icons. It actually started as this brainchild that I had to do a Pat Benatar tribute. And then we talked about doing it. I've sang with cover bands and wedding bands and a lot of things over the years. And I actually sang backup for a Cher tribute for 6 years, which was great. I got to travel and do a lot of cool shows and things with them, but I wanted to do a Pat Benatar tribute. And then when we started digging into developing the show, I was like, but how do we not do Heart? How do we not do Joan Jett? How do we not do Stevie Nicks? So then it kind of came, and I'm a big Tina Turner fan, so we decided to just kind of put it all into one show and do female 80s rock icons. And I'll be honest with you, when we've had the band together for about a year now, and very blessed that we've been able to play some amazing venues. The Landis included on that list. We've been really fortunate, but there was a lot of people that told me in the very, very infant stages, like, no, it's not going to sell. Just pick one artist, pick two artists. And I'm like, it's going to sell, watch. So, and, we've just been consistently, getting a gig, going out there, doing our thing. And the whole set is jam-packed with radio hits. So Pat Benatar, we have it. We have Heartbreaker. We've got Alone, Time After Time. We're just slamming them with the hits. So
no, that's a time period where the music is. I mean, it's nothing but hits. And
right.
Even if any of those females that you pick, you got 2 or 3 hits per woman.
Exactly.
Which is you have so much material to choose from. It makes for a good show because the next time you come back, you can play a whole different set of music, and you're still hitting some of the best songs that everyone knows. Yeah, Joe Moore said Gwen Stefani. There's so many great female artists, and like I said, I feel like they kind of disappeared. Rock music altogether kind of disappeared. And we're hoping to get that back. But I just love you. We've been doing this show for going on 2 years, and I have said to so many people, why isn't anyone doing what you're doing? And I'm so glad somebody's doing it. Well, because people do like we have a radio flashback. They do the music, the 80s, like hair metal and all that stuff. And we have other bands that come in and they do a specific, genre and a specific, decade, But this is the one I've been waiting for is a female. And I've had a lot of females answer this question. A lot of females say the reason they don't do it is because there's so many variations in voices and vocal techniques that it's hard to do all the different people.
It is hard to do all the different people. It definitely is hard to do all the different people, but you have to have the range to do all the different people. My main thing was I really wanted to be a rock-based show. I wanted to do 80s, but I didn't want to do neon scrunchy 80s. Sorry, that's great for people that do that, but that is not what I wanted this show to be. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when I pitched this show to places, they took a look at it and they're like, 80s? No, we have that already. And I said, well, if you take 1 minute to watch my promo video, you'll see it's not just an 80s show. It is an 80s rock show. And it is featuring only the female artists, Tina Turner. I mean, when we do Tina Turner, every time we finish a show, I always, try to get feedback from people in the crowd. And I say, like, what was your favorite part? And everybody has something different to say. One person says the Go-Go's. Somebody says Tina. Somebody says, oh, I love Pat Benatar. So that is another reason why just pick one? And that's great for a lot of tributes like Bon Jovi. There's such a catalog of music there that they can play for 90 minutes on Friday night and everybody's going to want to hear more when they're done. But you really have to look at the catalog. And if you're going to do a rock show, I just felt like incorporating Heart and incorporating Joan Jett and Blondie. It was kind of a no-brainer. And like I said, the show is just packed with radio hits. So people are just there to have a good time.
Well, there's so many, like I said, you can do like you got one of our people that comes to a lot of shows, Joe, is putting up, you have the Motels. You had so many great bands that were doing rock music, not necessarily the pop. In the 80s that actually had that rock and roll feel, that rock and roll voice. And there is. So I think, again, I've been telling people for the longest time, this is something to do. And I'm so glad you're finally doing it. And I'm telling you, I am looking forward to the show, to be honest with you.
Thank you. We are too.
Definitely excited by it. And I want to, so Mandy, we have a girl, Mandy, that works with us, and she is our karaoke queen upstairs. So upstairs after your show, we have our karaoke be going. So anybody that comes to the show afterwards, you go upstairs. There's no additional cost. You came to the show, go upstairs, and you can sing some of those hits too. Yeah, I mean, so we'll make a good night of it. You know, we'll invite everybody upstairs. Make a night of female rock. You know, I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I'm excited. So I got to ask you. So and then we got to ask who Fred is, because we got to get to Fred in a minute here. Fred's got an eagle tat. We like it. But out of the artists, who would you say is like your favorite artist to perform, and why?
Oh, it's hard. I would say my favorite material to sing is definitely Pat Benatar. It's right in my wheelhouse. I am a really big Cher fan too. She just has a really big catalog of music, and she's spanned so many decades. She's just such a true icon and legend. But Stevie Nicks, it's a close tie between those two, I would say. But Pat Benatar's music too. That's definitely my favorite stuff to sing, I would say.
It's funny because Cher, like we've had some Cher shows here, and it's Cher is more it's I don't know, more of a like a show.
Yes, Vegas.
Like a very Vegas-y type artist. So I don't even ever put her in the rock and roll, even though she did, especially when she was with Sonny. You know, they had some rock hits. You know, they had some big hits, and she's had, of course, huge hits. But Pat Benatar, look, when I was, you know, I guess 15, 16 years old, I was in love with Pat Benatar. I mean, who wasn't? You know, and she's an amazing artist. Again, you want rock. I mean, Pat Benatar gives you rock and roll. You know, she has that grit, that voice, that, you know, she was, of course, known for like the leather rock and roll pants and that haircut back in the day. She was, to me, one of the rockers. And you have Deborah Harry again, and you look at Blondie. Deborah Harry was another one. You know, she was punk rock. You know, coming up, her first stuff was like really punk rock, and she came up with that same, you know, that vocal intonation. There's a lot of great. We mentioned Joan Jett. There's a lot of really good just rockers. I mean, and then remember, Joan Jett had the Runaways. I mean, look at that whole band with Cherry and all those girls in that band. That was just, you know, again, rock and roll. You know, and that's what I love. Like I said, I grew up, you know, on rock and roll, and I've always, you know, I loved Janis Joplin. She just had that voice. She had that, you know, she was that 60s voice to me. You know, but she was more of that soulful, you know, rock and roll, where, you know, Tina Turner, you know, she gave you Thunderdome rock and roll, you know. Yeah, she was rock and roll. I love this, man. I'm be honest with you, I'm so excited because I think this is the part of the show. I love Bon Jovi, don't get me wrong. You know, we've had Bon Jovi's in, and they do a great job. But this is something I have been asking for a long time, and I cannot wait to see what you do with it. I can't wait.
Awesome. Yeah,
Fred.
Awesome. Hey.
Tell us about Fred.
What's going on? So I have a point to make about something. So
he's the bass player, by the way.
I play bass.
Okay, there you go.
So I saw an ad on Instagram, and it was a George Michael tribute, and I was like really taken back because I love 80s like new wave and glam. So I was like, this guy's playing at the Landis Theater. I'm like, where is this place? Let me look it up. So we took the 2-hour drive to Landis to see George Michael Reborn. And so
that's been a while, yes.
So we were there.
Ago,
yeah, we were there a few years ago. And
well, I apologize for that show.
No, it was actually
we loved it.
The performance was amazing. It was just go ahead.
I know what you're going to say, and it's right. You're right. The guy was great, but you know, we try to strive for musicians, not, you know, people that just sing the tracks. Right. You know, and unfortunately, that was just a show of tracks, and it was heartbreaking though, because I love George Michael too. I think he was one of those great, you know, singers from back in the day. I mean, he really did talk about iconic music that he gave. Yeah, I think a lot of people forget about him, to be honest with you. But yeah, that was a track show. And we try, you know, we like musicians. We like real bass players, not a bass player playing to a track of a bass, you know?
Yeah, because when I walked in, I saw the theater. I was like, this place is amazing. I love to play here.
Like, look at this place. We got to play here.
Well, it's gotten better. We've added more video. We've added more screens. We have a high definition 4K screen now. We have screens above you. We have new lighting. I mean, and honestly, we got all new sound equipment. So the sound is probably, I've heard people say it's probably the best sound in South Jersey. And some of the people that are on right now can tell you that. It's definitely, and I think Joe Morrison of all people, because he tours the venues of South Jersey on a monthly basis. And he could tell you, we're definitely, our sound has gotten to a point where it is pretty impeccable, to be honest with you. I'm excited because our sound engineer, Bob, is phenomenal. So
Awesome.
Yeah, we really like what we're doing. I love the 80s music. Matter of fact, my stepfather graduated high school with Deborah Harry in Hawthorne, New Jersey.
nice.
So I have the yearbook 1963. Yeah, it's I just love the new wave scene and I love the 80s. I'm so happy what we're doing and what we've accomplished and stuff. And it's just like an honor to be playing down by you guys. We're really looking forward to it.
Like I said, I'm excited, and I remember getting the first email about the band saying, "Wow, man, wait a minute! You know, I've been talking about this for a long time, and no one's doing it." And it's great because, like I said, we've had Pat Benatar tributes. We were going to have I'm a big Deborah Harry fan. I mean, literally, I got a poster of her in my office too. Stuff. I love Deborah Harry, but she and I was lucky enough to meet her several times too. My uncle was in the music business back in the day. I'll tell you some stories when you get here. It's yeah. She but I love that. We almost had somebody, but it fell through. I forget what it was. The band, something happened with the band, but nobody's it, and it's tough. Doing Pat Benatar is easy. She had a big, she had a big catalog of music. Deborah Harry is to a point. She had probably a good, maybe 5 really, really big hits. Then for us that know her music, she had tons of hits, But for the people out there that are trying to say, "Oh man, I remember Blondie," Heart of Glass, stuff like that. They know the hits, but then what happens though, and I always implore people, still come, because you're going to hear those hits, but you're going to start hearing other songs and go, "Oh, I didn't know Blondie sang that. Oh, I didn't know Blondie sang that," and that's what happens. They don't realize some of the music that was out at that time. But right. I can't, dude. This is going to be a good. You have so much to choose from. Can you give us an idea of of maybe throw a few artists that we're going to hear?
Sure. Well, Stevie Nicks is definitely in the set. We'll be doing some of her stuff. Pat will be in the set.
Now, are you doing Stevie or are you doing Fleetwood Mac? Stevie's
both.
Okay.
A lot of one-offs.
Heart. I'm definitely going to do Heart.
Again, you can't get Barracuda is probably one of those female vocals that I don't know if you're doing Barracuda, but that's one of those songs.
So it's really interesting because I've always said I grew up, taking vocal lessons. I actually studied musical theater. That's what I went to college for. But at heart, I was always more of a rock singer, even though I was more trained for classical and theater. And I kind of just fell into singing with bands when I got out of college. But when I always felt like female rock singers are so underrated because they're rock singers, but the range that Heart and Pat Benatar has, you need to be able to blow to sing that kind of stuff. They are not, they shouldn't be underrated. So going back to what you said about a track show, we're a 6-piece lineup of, musicians that have done, a lot of my guys have done some pretty cool stuff, but we have a female backup vocalist too, because it was so important to me that we had a female backup vocalist to be able to do Heart and to execute these hits, correctly. I wanted it to be to the record. I did not want it to be a track backup vocal or those synthesizers on the vocals. I did not want that. So, what you're going to hear is going to be completely live.
Perfect. No, that's wonderful. I actually have a little. It looks like we lost Ray here. I don't know. From the atrium, I guess the atrium Wi-Fi went out over there, wherever he is. But I actually pulled a clip. You said the Pat Benatar was your favorite that you kind of do. So I have a clip of you actually doing "Love Is a Battlefield."
Oh, awesome.
So I'll play that, and then we'll bring Ray back in, and we'll go from there. Cool. So here we go. No one can tell us we're so in our heart for so long. Both of us know love is a battlefield.
Yeah, I have no idea. Supposedly the best internet in the world. Atrium Wi-Fi, man. It'll get you. Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those Starlink hats. I'm going to wear Starlink with me wherever I go soon. It's like I don't even know
streaming
anymore.
from the lobby.
But that's the first time I came back in. That's the first time I saw the promo for them. I think I remember. That might be the one you sent me. You might have emailed that to me. But with headphones on and stuff, it sounded. Your voice sounds amazing. I can't wait.
Thank you. Yeah, we're really excited. One other thing that we kind of are incorporating into the show that I did want it to be a show. I didn't want it just to be song to song. So we incorporated some really cool versions of things. We pulled from some like Broadway inspired medleys of things and just some more like showstoppers, twists on songs that everybody will know, just to kind of create different little moments in the show.
Medleys.
So, and we put a couple medleys together and there really isn't a lull that happens. It's just kind of like hit after hit after hit, just slam them, kick the door in. That's kind of what I want it to be, just really high energy. So that's definitely what we're going to bring. And as far as Never Say Goodbye goes, we have worked with them in the past. We actually opened for them once before a couple months ago. And we just felt like the two bands really complement each other well. And they're just great. They're great people to work with.
Yeah, very cool people. We shared gear before at the gig. It's like no problems and stuff. So it's hard to find. It's not common.
It's hard. That's definitely been part of this journey. Like pairing on shows with different bands. We've done that over the last year or so, and that's a whole nother element. You're worried about your people and booking and doing everything else, but then you add a whole nother band and a whole nother set of personalities on top of it to create a show. And just finding people that you can work with and gel with, it just overall makes for a better experience for everyone. So as far as they go, we love them. And they're going to put on, they're
amazing.
Yeah, they're so high energy and so much fun. So
that singer's like all over the stage.
Yeah, all over the stage.
Trying to keep my eyes on. I'm like, what is happening here?
Well, that's fine. We have a lot of two band shows. It gives not only it's hard to sell one band sometimes. So sometimes if you can do a two band show, you're giving people the opportunity to see one or two bands they like. And usually when they're coming to see one, they're always like, well, I kind of do like the other one. I might not be a great fan of theirs, but then it opens the door going, wow, man, that band was actually really good. I would probably go see them first next time, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. There's so many times we've taken opportunities over the last year to open for another band. And I said, you know what, we got to start somewhere. We got to open. And then people have, come up to us after and said, where's your next show? Like, we want to come. And it's all about bringing, exposure and playing a lot of different shows or a lot of different venues. We were in Delaware earlier this month. We're in Connecticut next month. So we're making our way around for all the people that told me this wasn't going to sell.
Scratching and clawing.
Yeah. So,
like I said, I've been pushing the idea of this type of show for a while. So I'm hoping, you bring it and you show people that it's definitely a show that people are going to want to see. And it's funny because we have had bands that share equipment and stuff. We had, and this is no lie, we had a night where we had two Black Sabbath bands, one doing the Dio Sabbath, one doing the Ozzy Sabbath, two separate bands, but the same singer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Steven Desco.
Yeah, we busted stones about it all the time. Like, you could have just used one band.
They did not
you could have just used one band. It's all.
Except
no, that's right. They
Yeah,
they passed the singer around. That was about it.
Good albums.
Again, there's so much great. You got to remember, man. There's so much really. People come to a lot of shows. We do a lot of tributes here, and in the beginning, we thought about it. We national acts. But I'll tell you what, people like the tribute shows, especially when they're done well. And when you come and you do it here, it's like you're playing. People like Joe and them will tell you it's like being in a small stadium. You forget that you're in a smaller theater, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're at this huge show. And then like we had a Metallica band not long ago, Obey Your Masters. These guys are great. People were just like, dude, they're like, they're better than Metallica. It was. But again, when you have superior sound, you have the lighting. You have the graphics, and you can deliver a package to people, and that's what the Landis is about. You come here and you're working with all of us are award winning at what we do. It's again, I'm a hands-on owner. We make damn sure that every show is the best we can give. So if you go to see like again, the gentleman we were just talking about, Steve Desco, he does the Land of Oz, which is one of the best Ozzy shows you can find out there. But every time you come to see him, you can see him everywhere you want. You're going to see Land of Oz with their big banner behind him. You come to see him at the Landis, you're going to see a show like you've never seen before. And every time they come, it's a different show. We do different lighting, different graphics. We create a whole different atmosphere. So you never see the same band twice. You're always seeing something different. And I think that's kind of what our staple is, and one of the things I'm proudest about here.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's
you got
cool
so
that you're
much
really involved in it.
Oh, I love it. Music is, it's art. Art has been, a big part of my life. Art and sports. That's me. It was usually sports before art. Now the two kind of combine, a little bit of mix of everything there. But we love what we do, and we love great bands and great singers. And I got to tell you, Dana, that just watching that video, I think maybe we play it one more time. I unfortunately was in pause land, but I would love to see it again because I think you have an amazing voice. I really do. I love your voice.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm going to put it up right now.
Anything? Yeah, you want? Let's do it real quick. Bring it right up, and then we'll ask a couple of final questions here.
Perfect. Here we go.
Live vocals getting up next.
Yeah, we are going to get you. We're going to get you some video this week, man. You're going to have the best promo out there. So.
Thank you. We appreciate. Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, we kind of like when we started the band. I was like, let's just have a rehearsal, and at the end of rehearsal, let's all change our clothes and let's just record a live vocal and just start sending it out. I was getting impatient at that point, but yeah, that and it's actually speaking of that. When we send the show out to people, I can't believe how many times I get a response back that says, "Is this live?" And I'm like, are people sending out things that aren't? That's a little concerning.
I get
yes.
I get literally hundreds of people a month that want to play, and I will tell you, I'll go back to the George Michael guy. The only reason I said yes to him because nobody's doing George Michael,
right?
You know what I mean? And I love George Michael. But I probably, if we had other choices and I knew he was just doing tracks, I probably would have said no. But we get so many that send us stuff, and you could tell it's they got a board recording and they took it in and they mastered it a little bit, made it sound better. I happen to be a musician too. I was for many years, so I'm not an idiot. If you're going to send me stuff like that, realize who you're sending it to. Now there are a lot of places that will. They sounded great in the video. And then when they get there, they're like, oh, good God, because they're not listening.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's important. It's important that you definitely do it live and you send us something that shows us what the show's going to be. Because Steve will tell you, I've had a couple bands they'll never play here again. I had and we're very honest. We're very, look, man, you're doing a good job. Or we've had bands that come in and do great the first 2 times, and they get so comfortable. I guess they just, think they don't have to do it the next time in. And it doesn't work that way because the other thing besides you, because I've been saying somebody to do this forever, there's always someone else doing that band, like Pat Benatar. I'm not even kidding you. If I went through all my emails over the last 6 years of having the place, there's probably 50 Pat Benatar bands.
I'm so glad I decided not to do that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I think what you're doing is the better choice because again, it's not only that. If and when you come back, you can now do an almost entire new set of music because you have so much material to work with.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a great thing.
Absolutely. We had a hard time.
I swear to God.
We had a hard time really narrowing down for an hour set. I'm like, oh, but we're missing this. We've like edited the set 15 times. I'm like, oh, but we're losing this. We can't not do Heartbreaker. So, it should be interesting. I might call some things spur of the moment on Friday, see what mood I'm in. But yeah, absolutely. We're constantly adding.
No, that's okay. But always let the audience know that. Like I said, we're at the end of the summer, so it's trying to get a draw is always hard at the end of the summer, no matter where you're at, unless you're outside doing a free festival. So we want to get we're doing a lot of heavy advertising for your show. You're our only show this weekend, so we're really pushing your advertising down this way. We want to get people out, but you want to make sure they know that. Say, look, man, we do all the hits. Come see us again, and it's going to be we're going to have give you a whole new bunch of music. But that's what we want. We want people. We want bands to come here and start building an audience of people that love them, like Radio Flashback. So one of our sponsors is Michael Kelly Guitars, and the president of Michael Kelly Guitar Company happens to be in a band called Radio Flashback. And when he came, they gave away a guitar. He was so personable with everyone in the audience, and people just fell in love with him. And every time they come back, they get more and more people, and it's great. And they're just doing Steve? What is that? They're doing all 80s stuff, right? Aerosmith, stuff like that.
They consider it 70s and 80s, like late 70s and 80s.
70s, 80s, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
had that like overlap. They started in 75 or 76, 77, whatever it may be. But the bulk of their hits were in the 80s, So, but they do all. It's nothing, and it's cool. Their drummer is actually a radio DJ up in New York. So he does everything like it's a radio show. Like you're hearing it, he'll talk in between. And now you're going to hear from the 1976 album,
that's cool.
whatever
That's
it may
cool.
be. So, but they kind of made,
like
I don't want to say a gimmick about it, but that's how they keep the show flowing. He can kind of talk a little bit longer than most people can, getting it away, doing it that way,
it
but
makes it interesting, man.
It's all radio hits, so it was songs
cool.
that had to be a hit on the radio itself, not just Aerosmith played this 3 times in 1985. It's if it's not on the radio and if it wasn't big, they don't play it. So,
and every time they come back, they have a different set list. Mm-hmm. So people know they're not seeing the same thing again. And that's something we've had a few bands come in, and like I'm a big fan of ELO. We had a great ELO band that, the third time in, they're playing the same, like literally the same exact show. Again, I'll tell you, because they were using some tracks, but, so they can't vary their show. But, we have, I just talked to them today. We're bringing them back on I think the 24th of October, I think it is, Strange Magic, which is a really good ELO that uses no tracks, and they're phenomenal. And unfortunately for them, when they played here the first time, 30 minutes away in Philadelphia, Jeff Lynne's actual ELO, was playing in Philly. So it wasn't the best night for their show. So I'm excited to have them back.
They still did good.
Oh, dude, they were phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I think it was a lot of people here that had either seen videos of Jeff Lynne or had seen him recently, whatever it may have been, and they didn't want to ruin it. There's been countless times Ray and I talk about, Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins and all these guys that are doing all these tours that everyone rants and raves about, but then you look at video of him and it's like, he's sitting in a chair, like his voice doesn't sound good. I don't want to ruin it,
David Lee Roth is going around right now. What the hell is he doing?
Oh man,
literally, he has to be senile. It's definitely, you know what he needs? Calm. David Lee Roth. I need to send a box to David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
That's David what he needs. I don't know what he's doing, man.
He is.
Lord.
He can get up there and do whatever he wants for 2 hours, and people are still going to buy tickets. But I
was lucky enough
to go ruin it.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to see Van Halen, through the '80s, and then when they Sammy Hagar came in after that, and I loved both eras of the band. But he is not the David Lee Roth of back in the day. He's not even close. He's just like a mumbling old man, like flopping around the stage with everyone singing, the notes behind him, and he's just filling in a couple words here and there. And then and he totally took a dude. I don't know. I don't know. You can tell he goes to the produce shop too every time, because he definitely is wrapping something in tinfoil and packing it. So but I mean, it's like, come on, man. It's like, dude, you're like, I don't even know what he is, like 103 now. But he, it's just bad. It's hard to watch. It's really, and it's sad because, again, if I could go back to see Van Halen in the '80s again, but one of the best shows I ever saw. I mean, just his antics on stage were absolutely amazing. Now, sometimes you just got to hang it up, man, and don't go out like that.
Yeah, I still would go.
I mean,
like who just toured? Roger Daltrey's still out there playing, so people are paying to see him.
He's another one. Yeah, but Roger still sounds good. I mean, he's still singing. I don't know if you've seen him sing and stuff. He sounds great. He's gained a lot of weight, but he sounds phenomenal still. We've had him here now. I literally just got an email. Am I still on? See, this stupid thing keeps locking up on me again.
Yes, you are. You're there.
Am I not on? I don't even know anymore.
No, you are.
See you.
We see you.
Oh boy. Look at this. Look at this. This never happens with him. Usually it's me on the send. But what the hell was he just saying about?
I'm getting Starlink.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm getting Starlink. I can't do it anymore.
You are
I'm getting Starlink. I can't do it anymore. Before I got cut off again, I was going to say we've had Glenn Hughes here. You know, Glenn Hughes was with Deep Purple and a lot of great bands, and he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as the voice of rock and roll. And the man is now 74 years old, and he sounds like he's 20 years old.
Wow.
I mean, he's amazing. You know, but again, like some of these guys, just hang it up, man. Just please hang it up
Vince
for all
Neil.
of us.
Vince Neil.
Oh,
is-
that's horrible. No,
Probably the bottom of the barrel, and it's like, dude, there's nothing about Motley Crue that would make me want to see that bad, you know?
Yeah, just stay home and count your money.
But
Exactly.
but
you know?
but Vince Neil. But the problem with Vince Neil too is that he doesn't even know the words. At least David Lee Roth is mumbling through the words, you know.
Yeah.
But no, man, Vince doesn't even know what he's singing. He's just up there going, girls.
Yeah, if they did $10
Yeah,
to come to that show and I could just get smashed beforehand, maybe I would go to be
Oh,
honest.
that's funny.
But just as a
Yeah.
comedy event,
You
not
definitely
as
have to be drunk
I
to
spent
watch it.
$275 on front row tickets to see him, and then that's what I got. Oh no, that's not good.
Nope. But that's why we have Dana, because she's going to give us the music of these legends and not like the legends now. Yeah, Karen. Glenn Hughes was absolutely phenomenal. I just got an email from them. Glenn's coming back out. Remember, he was telling us he had a new album out. So we'll talk to him and see what we can do. Maybe bring him back. Yeah.
Nice.
Country communion.
So thanks for
but
having
Fred,
us. We
Dana-
really appreciate it. And we definitely want to thank all the people who've been buying tickets.
Yeah, everybody
and
that's purchased
supporting
tickets
us,
so
'cause
far. Thank you so much.
we wouldn't be playing if it wasn't for you guys. So,
Yeah, and
you know.
also to everybody that's been seeing my social media, I'm spamming them with the flyers 50 times a day. So
Yeah, I got a buddy who I used
funny.
to go to Eagles games with. We had season tickets back when Vic was playing, and I haven't seen him in years because I had kids and everything. So I told him, I go, hey, Dave, he lives in Deptford, and I was like, yeah, I'm playing Landis. He goes, get the hell
down
out.
the road. Yep.
He's like, bro, I'm there like every week. I go to a show there. So
nice.
he's actually coming out this Friday, and I haven't seen him since we had tickets. Jesus, like mid 2000s. So I got a couple Eagle fans coming out. Jetro Lot, M
Hell yeah.
at the link.
The only way to get there now.
Oh, I know. I was a season ticket holder for a long time.
them
I'll be honest with you, and it's just straight up. The reason I got rid of my season tickets was because of Michael Vick. So
Wow.
I happen to be a huge dog lover. And I absolutely do not agree with them giving him a shot at all after what he did to animals.
Just a second chance, thing. Vic,
well, there was
really cool
not
about
a
that.
second chance. There wasn't a second chance about those dead animals either.
No,
So they didn't
absolutely
get a second chance.
Yeah.
I was in New York during 9/11, and dogs were hunting for bodies, and trying to find people alive. You don't do that to animals that are out there. They're man's best friend for a reason. So and I remember the guy who sat next to me for years. We went from the vet to the link, and he knew the second they signed him because I was waiting for you to call and ask if I wanted to buy your tickets, and I said yep, and he bought them. He still has them today. So
Wow.
yeah, last time I went, I still watch, but I refuse to give him my money anymore.
I can't afford it now. So
Well,
after we got these
tickets
Super Bowls
they
we
weren't
wanted.
cheap in early 2000. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
no, it was paying good price back then.
It's still the longest waiting list in sports, I think, right? And for season tickets. It's like
I was like, because
it's insane.
yeah, I came from the vet, so I was like, and I ended up, I had a club box, so
Nice.
we ended up getting a club box there, and it was real nice. And it's the club box is there, you share them with people, not one of the main big, the regular club box seats. You share them with people, and we ended up, becoming a lot of friends there for years, because we had them from day one, and a lot of us came from the vet. So it was really cool. We're still big Eagles fans. We love our Eagles.
That's awesome.
I love my Phillies. They're on right now. Still nothing in the fourth against this.
Maybe we should
stinking
come
Mets.
out Friday night to the Rocky theme.
Yeah.
No, the Fly Eagles
There
Fly.
you go. Why not? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll cue it up. Just let me know.
Steve, Steve, where's the gentleman, the singer from the Queen from? Is he Dublin or something? Where's he from?
From Wales.
The Queen
I
band
think.
we have.
It's Welsh.
Wales. He's from Wales, and he's an Eagles fan. He wore an Eagles
Wow.
jersey the one time. It
Wow.
was great. It was phenomenal.
Hero.
Yeah, he moved here for work and was like, "Yeah, that's the closest fan base to a soccer fan base I've ever found," and I just fell in love with him. So
It's true. It's true. Well, look, Dana and Fred, thank you guys for coming on. We really looking forward to seeing the show again. You guys are opening up for the Bon Jovi and what the Never Say Goodbye. I don't know. I keep forgetting the name of it. I love their logo though. Never
Yeah,
Say
cool.
Goodbye, a tribute to Bon Jovi with Simply the Best. A tribute to women who rock. I love it, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. I like Simply the Best too. It's a good name. We got to get you a Never Say Goodbye logo like that.
Yeah,
Something
that's pretty
really cool.
It is.
That's,
Thank you
that's
guys
a
so
cool
much
logo.
for
And
having
it's Friday.
us. Awesome. Yes, Friday.
Oh,
Come, buy your
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, the show is this Friday, August 29th. Tickets are $25.35. Remember, you're all in on that price. There are no fees, no taxes on the tickets here at the Landis. If it's $35, you pay $35. You don't get smacked in the face with any upcharges. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. And like we said, after the show, you can head upstairs, grab yourself a drink at the upstairs bar. It is now 8:30 East, we call it, formerly Casey Ray's. You can go upstairs and do some karaoke, for free. That's not going to cost you anything. You came to see the show, go upstairs, and you can sing some of your favorite songs that you hear, hopefully on Friday night. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, definitely. Thank you guys so much for having us, and we'll see you Friday.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank
And
you.
Fred, before you go, baby, EAGLES, baby.
And happy birthday, by the way.
Take care,
Thank
guys.
you,
Have a
thank
great
you.
night.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Steve.
See ya.
Thanks for
Excellent. I don't know what's going on with the internet over here, so we got to figure this thing out. I'm telling you, I'm getting a Starlink. I'm going to get I think Elon makes one that goes around your neck now.
Yeah, you just need an
Yeah,
Ethernet.
well, that might be it too.
Just
Yeah.
plug yourself
Yeah,
on.
I think I
I'm
can.
plugged on
Yeah,
in.
well,
over
my
here.
Mac, I don't think you can.
Gig up, gig down.
Well, you
it
know
is-
what? I could run one from the jack. I could do something like that.
It's not that far. Go up and over the door and down
Yeah,
and
it's
over.
not. It's just so stupid, man. It just drives me nuts. That's all.
It's
But
Wi-Fi
yeah, they're
is
great, man.
known for kind of it doesn't send the complete information over. So, oh my gosh,
Bless you. Good God, you're trying to get me sick from a distance, man.
from a phone through the microphone. I'm going to send it to you. Thankfully, that's just allergies.
You want to?
As it always is.
You want to go ahead and let's give a good plug to our dear friend Michael Kelly Guitars over there. If you got their,
do you
the
happen to
slip in
have
front
that
of you.
cheat by any chance? Because
I absolutely do not. I do
So,
not. I do
Well, we can
not.
come up with something here. We're going to give a good shout out to our friends at Michael Kelly Guitars. You can go visit Uncle Steve over there and get yourself a guitar with some beautiful, excellent craftsmanship, wonderful wood choices, stunning body styles. I'm trying to think of all the key words that we usually make fun of over here.
You join a family when you buy a Michael Kelly
family.
guitar.
You get a good grain on that wood, innovative body styles. You get it all. You can visit www.michaelkellyguitars. Why is it not showing up again? What the hell? www.michaelkellyguitars.com. It came up with something to delete it. So don't do that. Do not do that.
Oh no, don't do that.
I also
Excellent. Well,
have,
look,
I have a little recap of that book bag thing if you want to do that as well. Kinda
oh
give that-
yeah, we had we did that. That was this weekend. This past Sunday we had if you're from the the Violent area, down this area, you know anybody in the area and you watch, let them know we're having another one, not as big as this coming Sunday, but we have basically kids can come out and there's a lot of single moms, a lot of families that don't have a lot of money right now. You come out, they give away book bags, they give away pencils, they give away notebooks. It's all free. The kids get all kinds of stuff. We had the sheriff's office here. The kids could sit in the police car. We had all kinds of stuff for kids. We had there's bouncy houses they can jump up and down in. We had if you put the kid in the bathing suit because we have a water slide that they go that they went down. It was a very they're coming back. They're back this weekend. Yes. Yeah, Will, the guy who does the inflatables, his wife is actually the one doing this week's back to school at the Landis. So it's really great. We try to do our best. Kids get free haircuts, which is I didn't know they were coming back this year, and then they did. They came, which I think is great. It's great. We get the kids ready for school. Get them some nice stuff, have a good time, let them have some fun, and it's right in
Oh,
the
yeah.
back parking lot of the
Feeling
Landis
good?
Theater. Yeah,
Look good,
yeah,
feel
go for it.
good.
Let's show everybody what they missed.
Yes, here we go.
Yeah, it was a great event. It really was a great event. So
Absolutely.
looking forward to another one this coming Sunday. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Again, the inflatables will be there again. I'm not sure if the foam guy will be there. He shoots the kids loved it. Apparently, he was shooting foam out of a foam cannon, and the kids were running
Yeah.
through it, and they loved it. So it's great. It's great. And we're gonna actually my idea is in April. We're having it's called the Amazing Bubble Factory. I've got it on my desk right now. A bubble show where they do, they literally make squares out of bubbles. It's a really cool, like interactive bubble show. And our thoughts are maybe in the parking lot prior to that show, we have the inflatables and all that stuff so the kids can come, they can play, have a good time, and then go see the bubble show after. And that'll be in April of next year. So that'll be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Heck yes. Heck yes. Maybe no water sliding.
No. Well, you never know, man.
The water off,
global, global warming, man. It's.
I've heard we're in for a crazy winter, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Look,
the bubble itself. Speaking of,
if the climate crazies would come at you with global freezing, I'd be more apt to go. All right, maybe we're going there because the temperature certainly doesn't go up. That's for sure. So, but that is what it is. Did we get a hold of anybody from Bon Jovi or no?
No, Fred's the kind of the one that was organizing it all. So I asked him.
Oh, okay, excellent.
If there's anyone else from the other band, since we only have the one, we can do a 7:15 and an 8:15. And he said, "Oh, it'll just be me and Dana joining." So we got the scoop from them. So
nice,
I don't have
any
any contact for the Jovi guys. I sent him a Facebook message. I didn't get a response.
But Joe Morrison said he's going to do some Isaac Hayes. I would love to see Joe Morrison singing Isaac Hayes too. That would be phenomenal, man. Again, if you guys come out, especially Fridays after the show, we are open upstairs, and we do a karaoke with Mandy. Mandy used to work the box office more, and now her daughter works the box office, which gives Mandy the ability to go upstairs and host karaoke. It's going to be and she's great. She's got a good crowd that comes out. A lot of people come out. If you haven't been to our upstairs, it's not it's not like a karaoke bar where you're sitting in a corner. We have a full stage. We have a full sound system. We have full lighting. Bring a little video thing, and take a shot of yourself. We have a video wall behind you, that flashes like it's really cool. Again, it's not like you're just sitting in the corner of some bar singing karaoke. You get the full stage to yourself. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Video wall. My
What's
fix
that?
held up. I said my fix held up, by the way.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chino.
Well, that part is coming. It's supposed to be here
on
this
all
week.
night. I said, yeah, I hope. Saw it work. You and I.
Yeah, and then we have a course on we have Latin nights every Saturday with Chino, one of our locals who does a great job with the Latin. I guess I'm off again. I can't take this internet anymore.
There you are. Well, that's yes. Now on Saturdays, La Noche Latina again, starting at 9 p.m. upstairs at 8:30 East. I got to recycle that one.
Excited about that.
The only one that still works.
Yeah. Well, and we're not going to mention it now, but in a few weeks we have some bigger things happening, and then we're going to start talking to people about the changes that are going on upstairs, some added things.
Those bigger things, and boy, they are big and they are heavy. They should be in, I believe, next week, depending on the holiday.
Yes,
and then we have to figure out what day.
We are looking forward to that.
So, hell yes, hell yes.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. And then we also have Sundays. We're doing in the afternoons. We're doing a Domino's. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans in the area that love Domino's. But we're a very heavy Hispanic area, and a lot of Puerto Ricans in this area. And it again, if you want legitimately like straight up Latino foods, Hispanic foods, you come to Vineland. because you were going to get it right. You're going to get somebody's mom, open the shop, and she's going to cook you patelos and things like that, like you've never had before. But the Domino's is big in the community, so we're trying to give these some of the older gentlemen and stuff a place to play dominoes on Sundays. I think that'd be a lot of fun too.
Hell yes. Hell yeah.
I've never played dominoes. Have you played dominoes? My parents used to play. My grandparents.
I've lined them up and I've knocked them down. It's about as far as
I've done that many times. Many times.
I'm not sure how you always see all the instructions in the box, and you're like, "What do you mean? There's instructions? You just tap them out, and then knock one over.
Knock them over. Yes.
What do you mean? What are the numbers for? They don't need numbers on these things. What's the point?
My grandmother would tell you. My grandma would tell you, "Don't touch the domino." My grandmother was not Italian, but she was Polish. I don't do a good Polish accent, but she would say, "Don't touch the domino." Because if you knock them over, it starts to scratch them, I guess, and then playing the game, they know, oh, that one with the scratch in the left corner, that's this domino. I know what she's got or whatever.
I'll figure it out.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. It's like bending the corner of a
I
card.
Think my grandparents played the Croatian grandparents. I think that they definitely had a domino set that I broke into a couple times. That might be where I saw the instructions on how to play and then never followed them. So. But that makes sense. They're basically right.
Oh yeah,
why you have touch domino?
We had my parents did dominoes and cards. They played all kinds of card games. It's like they would sit down with my grandparents and they'd have friends come over all the time. And you name it. Cards were big and again like dominoes, just games like that. Now and then yes. The kids we were downstairs playing Dungeons and Dragons. So.
Hell yeah.
We had our own weird shit going on. So,
hey,
all right, man. Well, like I said, what sucks is being on not having two bands every week. We don't have we don't have the two nights shows.
Not having two shows last week
interviews,
to pull minute long clips from and take up time, and then only having the one band. That's a recipe for this, but it looks like your internet's having some problems anyway. So we can.
My internet sucks ass. But let's real quick. Our new sponsor. One more time, we'll run their ad too for Calm. It is feelcalm.com. Promo code the Landis. If you use the promo code the Landis, you will get 25% off. But for a limited amount of time, we have each week we'll be giving away a box of Calm. This is exactly what you'll get. You could try it out. Hopefully come back onto the show with Steve and I, and maybe even James, the creator of Calm, and talk about how it worked for you. Maybe tell a little bit about your story, and we'll have a little segment each week for a while. He sent me a case of these suckers, so I want to make sure we put them in the hands of people that need them, and I think it works. It's great. Again, it's an herbal supplement. It's basically helps you with anxiety and things of that nature, mood swings, euphoria, mental balance, focus, emotional regulation. It's really take a scoop a day. You can graduate to 2 scoops a day if you really need it, but it's a little tiny scoop you use in here. I started using it, and I found James, the creator of it, and we became friends. And I'm like, dude, I think you've got something here, and it's something we really want to push and see if we can get. A lot of people out there need a little help, And I think that's one of the reasons, Steve, when marijuana came legalized in New Jersey, a lot of people use it because they try to use it for that calming. But this is not going to give you're not going to get high. You're going to be able to drive. It doesn't come up on tests. It's hemp. If you take it every day, it's not going to come up on some drug test for your job or whatever. It is straight up. The way he does it, like he said, he cooks it, and they vary temperatures and stuff, and it took them years to come up with the formula that they have for this, but it really works. It's a great product, and I'm glad to have them on board. It's a lot of fun.
Hell yes, I'm excited.
Yeah,
like I said, I can't wait to see how it goes in like 2 weeks.
Yes, yeah. Well, I said for me, it took about a week, and I could definitely tell the effect. I'm on a new one. I don't have it here, but it's another one. It's a different type that he makes, a different strain that helps with. I've had Lyme disease for a long time, and it really affects like sometimes you see me like messing with my neck or whatever in my hands. And Lyme disease really took its toll. What is it called?
Zen Body.
Zen Body. That's correct. Yeah, that's the one, and that's supposed to help with to me it's like having arthritis. Anybody who has arthritis will tell you that's what it feels like. But I'll be honest, and boxing has helped me a lot because it's just I'm getting a lot more hand exercise now. Really getting into it. But I was building Legos to try and help keep my fingers moving. But the Calm, I've been taking it for a little bit now. It's actually I can definitely feel. I don't feel 100%, but I can definitely feel it feels less tight and it feels less like that. I'm assuming arthritis. I don't know, what arthritis feels like, but you get this tense feeling in your neck, and it was Lyme disease. A tick got me and did a number on me. So Mandy said she wants to be our first box. So you know what? We'll give Mandy one this week. I think it is too. Try it. Try it for a week and then bring her on the show and let's talk.
Wait, I'm sure he can't. Let's talk about us. What the hell? Come on, Rob. Give your secret away on that one there. Jeez.
Well, look, it's a scoop. If Mandy wants to start off with 3 scoops, I think that's okay. We'll talk to James about that. But it comes at you get this exactly. It's great though, and like I said, it works. It's calming. Again, it's not going to give you any high weird effects that you would think. It really works good. So Joe said he needs a Jimmy Buffett. We've tried to find a Jimmy Buffett. I can't find a good one. I've had a couple people reach out, but when I watch the videos, I'm like,
or the band's good and Jimmy's bad. So
yeah.
Although now,
I haven't found a good Jimmy.
I have not found a good.
Well,
Jimmy.
you would hope somebody would come together.
Yeah. I wonder if what are they doing these days? I think they did a big.
I don't know.
That's about it because he had all those dates planned and they just played them. But after that,
they kept on going with a parrot. It was just them and a parrot.
I mean, look, I've been to a Jimmy Buffett show and the man, he sang.
Oh, so have I.
Time, but you could barely fucking hear him because everyone knows every single word of those songs. Everybody sings them along.
Oh yeah,
it is.
Well, the first time. The first time I saw him was in Florida, and it was really big. Like it was you could really hear him. But when I saw him at the Philly Stadium years ago now, it's been a while. But I saw him at the Citizens Bank Park, and you couldn't hear a word. You couldn't hear the band at all. All you heard was the people. And I think it's got to do with the venue. But yeah,
is that the one that it rained and there was a monsoon?
That's about it. Yeah, right around 2010.
Yeah. We got stuck on the field at that show, and that was insanity. There was a fucking river in the
I had season tickets, so we were up in one of the boxes, one of the nice boxes. So we had food and a good show. But problem too, I think, with the box,
seats, we lost them.
Yeah, but the echoing of the people singing, it was so loud, especially in the box.
Yeah,
you couldn't hear the music at all. But it was fun. It was a great time. Jimmy Buffett's a great show, man. No matter how you get it.
It was a fantastic show. I will say, that was I went to that. I think that would have been probably like 8th grade for me. And I got, made fun of, like, why are you going to a Jimmy Buffett show? Old people, blah, how do you like Jimmy Buffett? You're in 8th grade. And it's like, dude, have you listened to this stuff? Like, this entire thing is great. That man made, I don't want to say a brand, but a way of life for people, like that.
Well, I mean, he opened up restaurants. It was a brand. Yeah, Margaritaville, margaritas. He had remember the machine, the Margaritaville machine?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. The giant hurricane.
He was like the George Foreman. He was the George Foreman of liquor and alcoholic drinks.
Yeah. I've seen the Hemisphere Dancer in person. It's
oh wow, yeah.
Got shot at in that plane. So, but
But again, I'm gonna. Did you see Rob's comment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Rob said the container's too small for Mandy. We'll say
they have the industrial size.
Yeah, but it's great to know that there's somebody out there developing something that's not, that's an alternative to medication and drugs that, are just being made in a lab and God knows what's really in that thing, and you don't feel like a zombie. Like I said, you don't feel tired. You don't go around and go, oh man, like if you take like the anxiety pills they'll give you, if you have like an anxiety attack where you put and then you're just like, you're just staring at a wall for 30, well, maybe even like 3 or 4 hours. I'll give it 30 minutes. Just, it's that I don't like that stuff, man. I don't want to be in that world. I want to be in my head. And that's the cool thing about Calm is it's an all natural product. And I'm glad to have them on board as a sponsor. It's a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to, working with James for years to come. So.
Hell yes. Very excited. Very excited.
Well, look, it's that 8:30 mark. My internet is still glitching, so I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But until then, and I thank everybody that came on, and thank everybody for what I can't see what Joe wrote there. I can't. Man, my glasses are so
40-foot
dirty today.
Connex
It's
container.
puppies.
He asked Rob if he wanted a
Oh,
40-foot Connex.
My glasses are filthy. It is National Dog Day, by the way, and my three
Yes.
beautiful girls. I keep me. I'm a puppy dad, so I get in their face and go, "It's National Dog Day." So my glasses are literally filled with dog slobber. I can't keep them clean. They just keep going crazy when I tell them it's National Dog Day. And I got them some special cookies, so they're enjoying their day. So
Are
bless
they
their
calming
hearts.
cookies? Do they do that for dogs too?
Yeah. Oh, I never thought about it. Oh, do you look, man? I have the calmest
They
dogs
are
on the
quite
planet.
calm.
So
I will
mean,
say, yes.
in all honesty, I mean, for people to say, oh, I have racing dogs, I have greyhounds, and that they literally sleep. Again, you take them to the park, they got a half hour, they're done. That's it. The rest of the day, the next 23 and a half hours of the day, they are asleep. Maybe once in a while they'll get a zoomie, but nope, they sleep. They
30
sleep.
seconds and then they're back down again. It's the craziest thing. It
Yeah.
really is.
Exactly.
It really is.
And I love them. I love them to death. So, but again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you every week, and for everyone that watches the show throughout. Thank you again to our sponsors, Absolute Vodka, available in our concessions and in our upstairs bar as well. Absolute Vodka, the vodka that makes you feel absolute. I don't know. Do they have a slogan? I don't think they ever gave us one. Mango Mule, Grapefruit Palomas. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I remember we had that. What was it? And when we first started, remember, Casey was producing. We had every time we said absolute, like there was like a thing that would point or something.
Oh, I would say,
remember?
every time I would say absolutely because I say it so much, it would point and then it would add LY to the logo behind me.
That's what it was. Yeah, that was funny. That was good. And then, of course, the one and only MichaelKellyGuitars.com. Michael Kelly Guitars. Feel the magic, feel the wood, feel the strings, feel yourself, feel Michael Kelly, and feel his guitars. They are amazing guitars. They really are amazing guitars. We have them up in our studio. We have several of them, and they're absolutely amazing. And of course, if you want to go ahead real quick before we catch it, you want to show that promo that you made for the comm again? Yeah, Steve put this together, with the help of some AI, and it came together. It was pretty nice. It came together good.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
This episode is sponsored by Calm. If anxiety and meds have been running your life, there's finally another way. Calm is the first of its kind herbal supplement designed to help you feel calm, clear, and in control without the nasty side effects. With a 4.9-star rating and 10,000 anxiety battles won, Calm is made by a founder living with anxiety disorder, made for others still looking for a natural solution. Try it risk-free. Feel the calm or get your money back. Go to feelcalm.com and use code Landis for 25% off your first order.
I love that too. He's money back. If you even use our 25% off, if you try it and it doesn't work for you, he will. And let me tell you, James is there. He'll probably, if he's close enough, he'll probably come to your house and drop it off for you. I mean, he's just one of the nicest guys you could talk to. As you see, he's just such a great guy. And I'm glad that we can, help push his product and it maybe help some people that need a little help. It's always good.
Absolutely.
We'll help you get drunk.
There it is. I need the LY.
We'll help you get drunk. Yeah. We'll help you get drunk. We'll help you, find a great guitar and, we'll help you stay calm. So that's our sponsors that we have. So.
Yes.
Again, thank you, Steve.
Of course. Absolutely.
And your room of it looks like you lived in like a black light, like 70s room over there.
I know. Andy found me a lava lamp. I don't know. I think this came from Johnny, honestly. I think this was your son's.
Yeah, that was my son's lava lamp. It's doing great. Look at it. Yeah, it's doing great.
Dude, I have not had a lava lamp in a while that works this well. So it's cooking. It's nice back there.
Yeah, they always work good. It's when they get too hot, they stop working. You got to let them cool down.
Have you ever seen that company Cloudflare? They do like all the
fucking internet again.
All of it. Speaking of the internet, that's they kind of like do a lot of the verification and stuff online. Their algorithm.
I'm done. I'm losing you again with this freaking internet.
No, geez. All right. Well, I will play the outro, but yes. Have a great day. What's your damn thing? What's your tagline there?
Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm still here. You got me?
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I know you're just messing with me.
I just can't move. No, I feel if I move, it's gonna go out again. But yes, I will fix the internet by next show. I promise you. We will get a cord on here. Thank you again, Steve. Thank you again to Dana, Fred, and of course James from Com for coming on. And Steve, have a great night. Enjoy the rest of the Phillies game. It is still 0-0. A couple goose eggs up there, so it's watching a new game.
I just changed the picture.
Exactly. Have a good night, everyone. And yeah, I just saw that. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone, and have a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.